They told me the assignment would be simple. Routine diplomatic escort. The briefing officer had said, protect the princess. Smile for the cameras. Don't touch anything expensive. I'd served in the Terran Vanguard for 8 years. Frontlines, covert ops, escort duty. The usual. I thought I'd seen everything. I was wrong, because no one told me the Princess of Lyra was not just royalty. She was a vessel of beings a galaxy only spoke of in myths. The celestial gods of the Lyran pantheon. And they were very, very real. Chapter 1. A princess with stars in her eyes. Princess Aranel of Lyra didn't look like someone who commanded cosmic forces. She was small, silver-skinned, with bioluminescent patterns across her face and hair like threads of living starlight. She moved with a quiet grace, almost shy. When I first bowed to her, she whispered, "You don't need to kneel. Humans kneel too easily." "Protocol, Your Highness." "Protocol is a prison," she murmured, turning away. Right then, I knew this job would be trouble. Our mission: escort the princess to the peace summit between the Lyran Consulate and the Dravix Dominion, 2 powers minutes away from war. My job: keep her alive. What the Vanguard didn't tell me: the Dravix wanted her dead for a reason far beyond politics. Chapter 2. The Assassin Strike. On our 3rd night aboard the diplomatic cruiser, alarms erupted. Unauthorized breach. Boarding party detected. I grabbed my rifle and sprinted toward the princess's quarters, my boots thundering on the metal floor. When I arrived, the door was already sliced open. Inside, Dravix assassins. Tall, armored, lethal, the kind who specialize in kills so clean no one find the body. I fired, dropped 2 instantly, then lunged at a 3rd before he could reach her. But the princess wasn't afraid. She wasn't helpless. She simply raised her hand, and the air fractured. Reality cracked like glass. A shockwave rippled outward. The assassins were thrown into the walls as if struck by a supernova. I stared. She brushed imaginary dust from her dress. You just... I stammered. She sighed. I warned my mother this would happen. What was that? Not what. Who? Then she spoke 6 words that changed my life. The Celestials do not like threats. Chapter 3. The Gods Within. When she touched my arm, visions flooded my mind. World being born in flames. Stars whispering in the void. Colossal beings woven from nebulae, fire, and gravity. The Celestials. Ancient powers worshipped by the Lyrans. Deities of creation, destruction, and destiny. I saw them swirling behind her like towering shadows of cosmic light. I staggered away. You're possessed. No, I am chosen. And those things inside you. They are not inside me, she corrected gently. They stand beside me. But I didn't see. Because they are older than sight, older than form, older than time. I grabbed my rifle again. Why didn't anyone warn us? Would you have accepted the assignment? No. Then that is why. Chapter 4. Whoever kills a princess controls the stars. Once the Celestials were real to me, so was a danger. The Dravix didn't want to stop a peace treaty. They wanted to capture the princess. Why? Because the Celestials only listened to one vessel at a time, one chosen soul, and whoever possessed her could command gods. The Dravix had already tried once. They weren't finished. That night, I said, "Your Highness, we need to change course. They'll keep coming." "I know," she replied. "I can feel their intentions through the void stream." "Then let me protect you." She turned to me, eyes glowing faintly. "You already are, but soon I must protect you." I didn't know what she meant then. I learned soon enough. Chapter 5. The Dravix Warship. We never made it to the summit. A Dravix dreadnought pulled us out of hyperspace with a gravity snare. Our engines died instantly. Massive, armored, a floating fortress built for one purpose: capture the princess. Prepare for boarding. I shouted as crew scrambled, but they didn't board. They fired. Our shields collapsed in seconds. You said the Celestials protect you, I reminded her. They do, she said, but they warned me that you would die in this battle. That hit harder than any weapon. Well, I muttered, gripping my rifle, let's prove them wrong. She stepped forward, eyes blank and glowing white. I am not letting you die for me. And then, reality rippled. A star appeared outside the viewport. Not a hologram, not a projection, a miniature star born in the palm of her hand. Chapter 6, The Wrath of Gods. The Celestials manifested, not as shapes, not as beings, as forces. A storm of cosmic fire, a serpent of void energy, a living constellation of 1,000 burning points. They moved around her like guardians made of the universe itself. The Dravix dreadnought fired everything: torpedoes, beams, shatter cannons. All of it dissolved into light before reaching her. She whispered a command in an ancient language that vibrated through my bones. The star between her hands expanded, grew hotter, brighter, until the whole room glowed white. Then she released it. A beam of light pierced space. Not fire, not energy, a piece of the universe's birth. The Dravix dreadnought didn't explode. It simply ceased to exist. Silenced, erased, forgotten. When the light faded, she collapsed into my arms. The Celestials, she whispered, trembling. They demand a cost. I held her carefully. What kind of cost? Pieces of myself. And that terrified me more than any enemy. Chapter 7, The Summit of the Stars. With the dreadnought gone, we limped to the summit. But instead of fear or resentment, every species bowed to her. Even the Dravix ambassador trembled. Princess Aranel, he said, voice cracking. We had no idea. You sought power, she answered softly, not peace. The entire chamber bowed their heads. Even I did, despite her earlier request. The Celestial shimmered behind her, vast, silent, watching. She raised her voice. I stand not as a ruler, but as a bridge, a guardian, a warning. Silence filled the hall. The Celestials will protect life, but they will not tolerate conquest. War end today. And just like that, it did. Every treaty was signed. Every conflict frozen. The galaxy had seen what she could command. No one wanted to face it again. Chapter 8, A Guardian's Oath. After the summit, I walked beside her through the crystal gardens of Lyra Prime. You saved all of us, I said. No, she corrected. We saved them. Those gods, will they ever leave you? Only when I choose a successor. And when is that? She smiled, said, knowing, radiant, when someone I trust carries a heart strong enough to bear the universe. I stopped walking. Are you saying? I am saying nothing. But her smile told me everything. You protected me, she whispered. Now the Celestials wish to protect you. I swallowed hard. That means your life is no longer yours alone, Captain. The stars above us pulsed. The gardens glowed brighter, and the Celestials, invisible to all but her, seemed to bow their heads in approval. My life had changed forever. I wasn't just guarding a princess anymore. I was standing beside a god,